Hello, I welcome you all to my presentation on topic called photosynthesis and efficient energy transducer. I am Sumant Kumar Kambalimat. So to begin, photosynthesis is an important process because life starts with photosynthesis. The photosynthesis supplies an oxygen to all life on earth, and thus it is also the process which connects and binds the food chain. We may list many wonders of the world, but photosynthesis is silently contributing for our planet's activity. Let me try to enthuse you about this beautiful process. Photosynthesis is responsible for oxygen presence in our atmosphere and it is also important energy source. The process is providing food and nutrient which binds the food chain. It is also a source for carbon which is needed to build organic molecule and can become a part of many biological molecules like DNA, etc. Photosynthesis is also a process that regulates water cycle and rainfall through transpiration. Being a resource for lot of other processes which thrive on photosynthesis process, let us understand how photosynthesis will convert light energy to other forms of energy efficiently. Photosynthesis process requires raw materials like CO2, water, light, and of course plant leaf with chlorophyll. To begin with, it requires light. So what is there in light? Scientists have unraveled that light exists in two forms. One is waveform and the other is particle form called photons. So when these light particles called photons, which is generated from the fusion reactions within sun, the energy released by nuclear fusion causes vibrations or oscillations between energy states. A downward transition from a higher to a lower state is accompanied by the emission of a quantum of light. The explosive incandescence of nuclear fusion in the sun causes its atoms and molecules to vibrate in this way. A stream of particles is generated, so these travel through space to Earth. They are what Newton called corpuscles. Now we call them quanta or photons. To catch photons, we need to crash it to the object whose size is similar to the wavelength. So nature has evolved various cells, organelles, for example like nerve cell, chloroplast, which these organelles catch the photons. The photons which crash land on the porphyrin molecule present in chlorophyll will absorb it and transfers its energy and electrons to the photosystems. You can see the you can see the antenna on either side of a reaction center is collecting the photons and simultaneously releasing the electrons. The first chlorophyll molecule which has lost electron to neighboring molecule is replaced with electrons by splitting is in presence of light. So this continuous flow of electrons will result in the electric energy from light energy. So plants have learned to store the energy obtained from photons. In order to make energy stable in stable form, it will convert the electric energy to chemical form. So this will be done through reduction and oxidation reactions. Scientist Robert Hill has given a best model called Z scheme to describe the process. It gives best explanation of how low energy substance can be converted to high energy substance. It is like moving stone from a ground level to high altitude, thereby increasing potential energy. In the same way, the water when it will release electrons by splitting in presence of light, the electrons will be excited with the high energy by absorbing photons of 680 nanometers. Here, each photon releases a single electron, then electrons will travel downhill. So these electrons, which is high in number, will create high difference in terms of number and charge across the stroma. Thus, ATP will be formed here. So the electrons will travel downhill, losing energy. Again the electrons will regain energy with the light of 700 nanometers at the photosystem 1. So these electrons will be excited with high energy. Finally, the electrons will be accepted by NADP, resulting in NADPH, a high energy and having a high potential energy. So you can see and calculate the energy efficiency of every molecule of oxygen released in Z scheme. Then you can see for every electron released, it needs single photon. Like this, totally 4 electrons are released by splitting water molecule with the evolution of oxygen molecule. So 4 photons are required in each photosystems. As we have 2 photosystems, it requires 8 photons to release 1 molecule of oxygen. So each photon has totally 42 kilocalories of energy, and 8 for 8 photons it will be having 332 kilocalories of energy input to the photosynthetic machinery. So this light energy is converted to electrical energy. Further, the electrical energy should be converted to stable chemical energy called like NADPH, 2 NADPH2 and 3 ATP molecules, each with energy of 52 and 7 kilocalories, totally accounting to 125 kilocalories as an output from photosynthetic machinery. So this is amounting to one third of energy input. So how to understand what will be useful to use to understand this photosynthetic process. So this process will help us understanding the process will help us to basically helps to improve traits like water use efficiency, nutrient use efficiency, and thus helps to improve the yield and growth under resource limited conditions, which is major concern in the climate change scenarios. Thank you.